We have updates on Scream 7, Terrifier 3, and The Conjuring 4, plus other horror updates on top of that. Let's get into all of it. Welcome to the second page. My name is Lisa. This is the Killjoy Jake YouTube channel. And today we're talking a little bit about Cinderella's Revenge, a new trailer that has just come out about a masked slasher and probably Cinderella under there. Let's talk a little bit about this crazy one. Bloody Disgusting exclusively shared a trailer for Cinderella's Curse, which is another public domain horror flick coming out based on Cinderella, but there's another one. Cinderella's Curse, Cinderella's Revenge, Cinderella Needs Glasses. Oh my God, it's just gonna be nonstop. This story does actually come from EW, who reported that April 26th of 2024 is when this one is dropping, the hotly anticipated Cinderella's Revenge. And The Wrap recently reported that the film is about a famed young lady who finds freedom from her wicked stepmother with the help of her fairy godmother. Only this time, instead of sending her to a ball to find her prince, the godmother helps Cinderella unleash a plan of bloody vengeance. Director Andy Edwards had some interesting things to say about it, telling EW, "We have Cinderella, we have the evil stepmother, we have the two evil sisters, and they treat her pretty badly. But there's a few twists in it and a few surprises. There's sex, violence as well, which you might not expect. So something for everyone." Dog, my man's talking about stepmothers, evil sisters. I don't like that he's also bringing up sex in the same breath. Producer Mark L. Lester also says, "I'm so excited for audiences to see this newly imagined horror version of Cinderella in theaters. The picture is scary and fun at the same time." Oh, I'm sure I'm going to be shitting my pants watching Cinderella's Revenge, dog. Well, you can watch the trailer. I'll probably have a link for it in the description of this video if you want to check it out. Here's a new still from it, which I'm assuming that's, there you go, Cinderella in some creepy mask that they found at Spirit Halloween. And here's the poster. That looks like you just got it out of the bargain bin at Walmart. Loving it, baby. I don't really have much else to say about this except public domain horror is taking over, ladies and gentlemen, whether you like it or not. This was a really interesting update that I've been talking about a little bit lately on this page. Deep Water, a new movie from Deep Blue Sea director Renny Harlin is coming out. It's a new shark movie. Will it be like a legacy sequel to Deep Blue Sea? I don't know about that, but it's got an awesome cast. It's got Aaron Eckhart and Ben Kingsley, which is pretty nuts for a shark movie. It's usually just Joe Schmo starring in this thing, or Blake Lively, and there's no in between. Renny Harlin, who directed Deep Blue Sea, Nightmare on Elm Street 4, and this upcoming movie, also directed the upcoming 3 Strangers films, which are supposedly all set to release this year. We only have the release date for Chapter 1, though. 2 and 3 may be coming in the next couple of years is kind of my guess, but we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening about that. We know they're in the can, so they're coming. I'm not seeing too many other big names in the cast here besides Aaron Eckhart and Ben Kingsley, but Angus Sampson is going to be in the movie, who's friends with Lee Winnell, and he's also 50% of Specs and Tucker from Insidious, which I thought was an interesting little thing there. He's also on FX's Fargo. I still haven't watched that. I gotta change that real soon here. Deep Water tells the tale of an eclectic group of international passengers whose plane en route from Los Angeles to Shanghai is forced to make an emergency landing in shark-infested waters. The terrified group is forced to work together and overcome their differences if they hope to escape their sinking plane and the frenzy of sharks drawn to the wreckage. Talking about his upcoming movie, Renny Harlin says, "Deep Water offered me an epic canvas to work on, which I've dreamed of since seeing the original The Poseidon Adventure in a movie theater as a kid in Finland. My superb cast stood by my side valiantly through a rigorous shoot of barrel-rolling planes, tidal waves of water, and ferocious sharks." They actually had sharks. Ugh, that's scary. They're living the movie as they're filming it. I don't like that. This film is my tribute to all the action, imagination, emotion, and beauty that made movie making the first love of my life. I can't wait to show the audiences around the world what an emotional roller coaster we have created. You know, I gotta say, that's actually kind of shocking to hear about an upcoming shark movie. This is gonna be an emotional roller coaster. I like that. That actually has me excited. I don't feel like there's too much new you can do in this subgenre. I mean, especially considering that Jaws was the first one to break that open. How do you do better than Jaws? I'm excited to see an emotional roller coaster of a shark movie and not just, you know, people getting eaten or ripped apart or whatever. You know, I mean, like, I've seen that a million times. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, that's always a fun time, but emotional roller coaster? Okay, you piqued my interest, Mr. Harlin. Let's see what this is all about. And now I got some news that is going to make Conjuring fans cry. The Conjuring 4, Michael Chaves directing the planned final installment in the main series. Now, I know a lot of Conjuring fans have been pretty vocal about their distaste for director Michael Chaves, who really has not delivered in all of the Conjuring flicks that he's made. THR recently reported that Michael Chaves is directing, and David Leslie Johnson McGoldrick, that is 4 names all wrapped into one, who wrote The Conjuring 2, will once again be writing this screenplay. screenplay. They also report that plot details are being kept 6 feet under, but once again, supernatural investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren will face creaky doors, shadows in the windows, inverted crosses, and a demonic possession or two. Stars Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga are expected to return, and the feature is eyeing a summer shoot in Atlanta. James Wan and Peter Safran will return to produce, but God, I wish James was directing. You don't realize how much you miss James Wan in the director's chair until he's been gone for this long, dude. I'm like, oh God, these Conjuring movies used to be so fun, and now they're just so boring and repetitive. It kind of sucks. But I would love to see James Wan return just to do one more Conjuring flick. It seems like that's not possible, though, considering Conjuring 4 is the final chapter. Us horror fans have been duped with the final chapter mumbo jumbo so many times, we don't believe it anymore. Conjuring 10, 11, 12, 100 is gonna happen. Come on. Dora herself, Isabella Merced, teases one disgusting scene in Fede Alvarez's Alien Romulus, which just got that official title recently. I have an unwarranted amount of excitement for Alien Romulus. I'm expecting this to be one of my favorite horror flicks of the year. It's coming from one of the most underrated directors in the scene, who is on his way to be a master of horror, Fede Alvarez, who of course directed Evil Dead 2013, Don't Breathe. I believe he wrote the script for Don't Breathe too, and then also produced Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022. I personally love all of those films a lot. Some are definitely better than others, for sure. But man, I'm so excited to see him back in the director's chair doing an Alien flick. When I got this news last year, I lost my mind. So let's talk about the update here. Talking with THR star Isabella Merced, who is from Cleveland, Ohio, my hometown, think that's pretty cool, says, when we were doing reshoots, Fede gave me the iPad where he watches playbacks, and he had the movie pulled up. So I told him I wanted to see parts of it, and he showed it to me. I was the one holding the iPad, and there were 10 people around me watching it on the iPad. So there's a scene that I'm in, and they all had to turn away. Not one person stayed looking at that iPad because it was so disgusting. I was so excited. Oh my God, that's so exciting. Listen, I'm expecting a lot from Fede's Alien movie, but like to know that they're going back to that like Evil Dead style of kills in an Alien flick, I'm totally speculating here, but that's my guess as to what this scene could be. It's something that is making people reel back in disgust. I am here for it, baby. Ridley Scott was supposedly super impressed by whatever Fede's pitch was for a new Alien movie, so I'm assuming it's going to be something a little more closer to the tone of the original film versus Aliens, which is maybe a little more action horror. The film has an awesome cast all around, like I was talking about Isabella Merced, who's pretty much fantastic even in the bad movies she's in, Transformers, and Kaylee Spaney, who I think is such an underrated actress, but once again, just in a lot of bad movies, like The Craft Legacy, which was a waste of time for fans of that original 1996 classic. Getting into a Terrifier 3 update though, David Howard Thornton, the Art the Clown actor, posted on Threads, that's a social media platform in case y'all forgot about that. He says, resting up today before an eventful week on set for Terrifier 3. We're doing some really cool and fun stuff this week and have already filmed some great stuff. Y'all are going to love this film. Underneath that post is when things got interesting though, because another Threads user asked, I'm really looking forward to this movie and I'm so happy for you, but do you have to wear contacts? You have such pretty green peepers. David Howard Thornton said, thanks, there's a reason for the eye change. Ooh. I actually have some really good reasons to believe that Art the Clown is just a regular clown who's possessed by a demon virus from hell. That's ridiculous, I know, but I've done a lot of research on this. I've listened to things that Damien Leone has said, things that David Howard Thornton has said, a lot of cast members, what they're talking about regarding the new film, makes me think there's a big connection to like heaven and hell ideals. My guess is that there's something going on with Art the Clown that is yet to be revealed, but only hinted at in the previous two films, and that is my guess as to why the eyes are changing between movies. Tell me what you think about that crazy theory in the comments below. And we also got a Scream 7 rumor to talk about coming from Beyond the Mask, another awesome Scream YouTube channel. So according to a source that hasn't lied about leaks yet, I mean, dude, take that with a grain of salt, who knows? We will get an official announcement about Scream 7 this month, as apparently significant progress has been made. Scream News here says, if you ask me, I think that'll probably be an announcement about a new director. I'm with my buddy Ryan here, who runs an excellent Scream podcast, make sure to check that out wherever you listen to podcasts, who says, I bet they announce everything for Scream 7 all at once. Director, Nev, Courtney, Patrick, screenwriters, plot, filming, release date. I 100% agree. They're going to give us everything all at once. Will it be this month? I'm not 100% sure about that aspect of this little update. Why am I saying that? Well, that's because of all the drama that's been surrounding Scream 7 for almost 4 months now. They need a win. The Spyglass people are struggling to get people excited about Scream 7 at this point. They got to announce some big things to redirect the conversation. Because right now, if you go on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, wherever, people are talking about boycotting Scream 7. That's scary. They were talking about that a lot with Scream 6, sure, but it's even crazier now. You know, y'all have fired the stars of the previous films. People are pissed. So they gotta announce something exciting. And there's no doubt in my mind that Spyglass has been working very, very hard to make sure that they have stars for this new movie that people are gonna care about. Spyglass is figuring that shit out and probably already does have it figured out. They're just waiting to make the announcement. They're gonna release it all at the same time so that there's this one big, gigantic, happy update on Scream 7. Yay, the film is saved, even if it's not. But that's just a theory. A Scream theory. What do you guys think about these updates, though? Leave me something about it in the comments below.